as you can see in the background, we've treated ourselves here at DK Performance. We bought ourselves a M2 LCI. Now, it's one of the last ones of the first range of the 87, the F87, if I'm right to say that. 365 horsepower, it's the LCI version. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford the comp, but let's say maybe next 6 months or a year. The reason we actually bought this car, more to the point, because there's a lot of 135s, M140s, and the same N55 engine that's developed for most of the F-Series range, and it's very much a very tunable engine. To just over 400, 430 horsepower, and then obviously with the 140 with the B series in there, it tunes apparently up to, we had some people say figures up to 480, even 400, 490 brakes. So we're using this platform and the fact that it's an M car, and more so to show you on our M2 comp going forward. Now, here's the surprise. Now, we know most of the market in our game, all the guys that design exhaust systems for them, all the big ranges, they go up to about 3.5-inch exhaust systems from the turbo. I think generally they come 3.5-inch or a 4-inch off the turbo, and it's 3.5-inch around 89, just over 80 mil. Some use 85, 89 mil. Round tubing, mandrel tubing all the way to the back to horizontal boxes. Now we're changing all of that, guys, so we're going to take a bit of a risk. So please, guys, watch this video. You'll see a massive dramatic change to our M2. It's already comes with a bit of carbon bits on their KW suspension, so we have our advantages, but we're making some major adjustments to it. So hi guys, we're at I was going to say DK Performance. Right, we're at DRS Rolling Road in Derby. So as you know, most of you guys know, in the start of the video, we've started the car from stock. There is nothing that we've done to the car. No downpipe, no exhaust system, no tune-up, no filters, no nothing. So we brought it here over to the boys at DRS in order for them to stick it on their dyno and to get a figure off the car at stock performance. So what's it making basically, and what it's going to be making once we stick the DKU exhaust on there. So it's going to have a 4-inch downpipe off the turbo from ourselves, and the rest of the exhaust system's a bit of a secret at the moment, so you need to carry on watching the video, and then we'll tell you guys further on in the video what size diameter that we will be using on the M2. Trust me, nobody's done it yet. We are. So then we will bringing it back yet again to stick it on the dyno and just with the exhaust system in order for us to find out what it makes with a DKU Performance exhaust system, and then we'll move on to one of our tune-ups further on. Z, how you doing?
Oh, you good?
Yeah, great. Right, been speaking to you boys for over 3 years now. You've got your dyno. It's one of my favorite dynos. I know it's a synchronized dyno system, but we need to let the viewers know what's the synchronized dyno system.
Right, so it's a 4-wheel drive synchronized dyno.
Yeah.
It gives an accurate reading. It's
okay.
good for most modern cars.
Yeah.
Purely because all 4 wheels are getting driven.
Yeah.
And it replicates real road conditions.
Yeah.
Therefore, it can give a good accurate reading.
Even though you got a 2-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive, we need all 4 wheels to move, don't we, to get accurate readings. So guys, more insight in this video and how this dyno system works from Riz. We'll get this car into the dyno now, see what power it makes, and keep on watching this video, guys. Right guys, so we're back at DRS this morning with the M2. The exhaust is all done. So we're going to run it as a stock file today. Well, the first session is with the 4-inch exhaust system and see what difference it will make. So we're looking at 367 horsepower on first originally came in the video just before in this video, but now we're going to be running with the exhaust system, and then throughout the duration of the day we're going to be adding stage 1, stage 2 even, and then taking some data logs, sending it back to our file writers, and then sort of modify the file to suit the exhaust system and see how much we could get out of us. So let's see what happens. Right guys, I'm pretty impressed with the stage 1 figures that we've got. Z, I think you'd probably say the same. Yep. The first couple of runs were like high intake temperatures. Revised file on stage 1, we've got 425 rake, yep. 676 nominals of torque. Yep. You impressed?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so I think we're doing the job. Inlet temperature was a bit high before. Yep. Revised file, what we got?
Got it down to about 30 degrees.
30 degrees in file, on the file, and exhaust temperatures hitting a maximum about 800 degrees Celsius. I think that's why our key is trying to get the exhaust temperatures down to make sure that the flow is right. So we're pretty impressed with that so far. So going through the graph over here, if you look guys over here, our first run was at stock 367 horsepower when we first bought the car in, if you remember, at 565 nominals of torque. When we put the exhaust system on and we came back, the stock file then got 385.4 horsepower and at 556 nominals of torque. So it dropped slightly, the torque levels did. Run number 3, early run, we're at 422 horsepower at 661. Inlet temperature was a bit high, but with the revised file on stage 1, we've managed to get 425 horsepower with 676 nominals of torque. Now, our file writers are saying, I spoke to Danny Duran and he said, look, Madge, we could get fine-tune it even more, but guys, here at DKU, we only concentrate on how our exhausts work. So we're pretty impressed with the 20 horsepower gain on stock and the power that it's making, and long as it keeps your exhaust temperatures nice and low. But Z, thank you so much, mate. I'll see you soon. Hi guys, finishing product is done. It's right in front of you. Have a good look. It, to me, is a work of art. It looks absolutely amazing. The M2 exhaust system, after weeks and weeks, I'd say even months of making, it's done. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what we've done and the purpose and the reasons why we've done that. Now, as you guys know, here's a stock exhaust system on the left-hand side, and this is our new, the DKU Anaconda 4-inch exhaust system for the M2, for the N55 range. Now, we are still working and modifying it and tuning it up. So it is, we're happy with it completely, but there's still some little add-ons that we're going to sort of add to it. So you'll see them in the next videos after once you guys have sort of seen this one in particular. But let's talk about the exhaust system. So straight off the turbo, as you could see, it becomes, the reason we went 4-inch and nobody else has done that is we thought, well, if BMW is going directly off the turbine just below 4-inch, I think it's about 97 mil. Let's literally go all the way 4-inch. And that was the hard part. Well, how you manage to get 4-inch underneath this chassis, because the whole original exhaust system goes oval and then goes into a full OD of 3-inch, then goes back down to 3.5-inch. We said, you know what, we'll find a method. So anyway, let's start off from here. So obviously here, as you see, you've got that's 97 mil off the turbine, just below 4 inches. We designed the flange to suit here, as you could see. Right, that is directly, goes straight directly onto the turbo, but we've literally gone 4-inch off the turbo all the way through. Now, come to this point right here, right underneath the car, we went V-band, very similar sort of concept. But if you see here, the stock catalytic converter goes down into a 3-inch. Right, on a V-band, we've gone 4-inch. Gone 4-inch of our V-band, 4-inch yet again, haven't downsized anything. Then we've got 4-inch oval to give it loads of ground clearance. And then here's where the art sort of gets together. Now, the pre-production OE systems, they've got the methods of use in 3.5-inch all the way through. We've gone 4-inch and pied it all together, as you could see, tucked it well up compared to the stock exhaust system. and then we come to a resonator there. Now this is a droning resonator because we found that the 4-inch was creating a lot of drone, and it's still in modification. I'll say as we're testing it throughout the next few weeks on track days and everything else, we'll see if we need to add or eliminate and put boxes elsewhere. This is also 4-inch. This also is a 8.5-inch box by 4.5 inches in depth. As you can see, 4-inch all the way through pie pieces, all the way hand design. You can see it's starting to get bronze because we've done a fair few runs on the dyno, and we have been using the car over the past 2 weeks. When I look at an M car from the back, the big F10s and the big new G series, you always see boxes that make the uplift the rear of the car. To me, design is of big importance, but obviously in conjunction with making sure the flow is 100% and it performs like it should. So we went 3-inch oval because there's a certain chassis part underneath the M2 that you can't add big bore sizes underneath because it hangs down too much. So yet again, we use the same concept in oval, 3-inch yet again, going into the rear silencers. Now, the silencers are baffled. We are producing ones with more they are free flowing but more straight pipe, so we could use the same method with straight pipes, and even we're looking into using the original valve control system on this particular model exhaust system. Right, the 4-inch Anaconda's done. It's on the car. I've been driving it for a week and a half. It sounds epic. Everybody's hearing it thinks, man, it sounds epic. Sounds like an RB262JZ. That's my friend telling me that. His client's telling me that. If you could hear it, look guys, you can't actually hear it. Now, if you're the type of guy who wants to hear the car when you crank it up literally and hear it even when you're stationary, we could design it in order for that to happen. So we're still in development with the exhaust system, but that is possible, it's not a problem. We could add valve control into it, we could make it sound a bit more. There's so much that we could do and tune up the exhaust system. The beauty of it is it's a 4-inch turbo back exhaust system, the first one in the whole world. Right, and it's free flowing. It's no horizontal boxes like the rest of the guys out there building. It's free flowing, straight the 4-inch off the turbo, all the way down, res in the middle, divided into 2 boxes as the way it should look, and it looks epic. I think it looks bad as anything. Now, we're in the car. So after 8 days of driving, I'll give you a review on what I think the exhaust system has like. In the car, you got the missus in the car, you got the kids in the car, you got anybody in the car, it's not going to piss them off, you know, nobody's going to moan at that. But when you really want to give it some, look, and you really want to hear it, look, it catches everybody's attention still. With 3,500 RPM, sounds perfect. You can drive around town without catching too much attention. When you go for it, you feel that, honestly. You can hear the turbo spooling up, sounds amazing. Look, perfect. GTRs, big got one now. Big power, big sound, and whoa, bang, 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 bang. Really? Really, honestly, how long was that before you know it'll pee you off? This is the perfect balance concept. I believe this is the perfect balance concept. You know, not too loud, it's not loud, but when you want it to, look, bang. Sounds epic. Watch the next video as well of when we put a non-res, the same concept but a non-res exhaust system, our DKU 4-inch Anaconda. Oh man, I love it, honestly, perfect. Probably because I'm getting a bit old. But guys, please like and share our video. We took some time and effort to build this one, but yeah, please like and share, guys. Any comments, please drop us a message, and we'll take everything on board. Thank you so much.